And we're recording. Welcome to RacingRant Park, and we're going to be going over Moonee Valley on Saturday, which is a far more exciting Melbourne program than last weekend, and maybe one racing.
Too hard, could it?
No. Well, hopefully there's not so much bias as we saw last weekend as well. So
we called that though.
We did call it. Yeah, and it was wasn't too bad. I personally didn't bet there because as soon as I saw the first couple of races, I was petrified about position and running being so important. But anyway, this looks like a juicy program at Moonee Valley.
We got Speedy up for everyone.
Yeah, that was lovely. It cost me $1 billion, didn't it?
Yeah, lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy, so you're in the hole.
Yeah, so anyway, let's kick off. Race 1, Moonee Valley, over benchmark 70 over 1600 metres. And we have Invisibella as the $2.10 favourite, Moonline Choice $4.40, Heavenly Descent $6, and I Saw $7.50. As far as the map is concerned, Heavenly Descent is our clear leader here,
yep,
with taking a position of Tiffany's Last and Senor Alf. What do you reckon, Dicko?
Well, I think, Invincibility looks the obvious. Its run last time was good.
Yep.
Good enough, you can say?
I wouldn't say good enough, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. Comes from the right race. They've won since. Prompt Response won at Sandown, I think.
Yeah, and we've got Jennifer Lynn, who's obviously an impressive beast.
Which it did run over it, but it's not here, so...
Well, I'm never going to get away from it, mate, but that Nicolance form is just standing up magnificently, isn't it? I'd be worried about a horse that is actually six up this preparation, but not with this particular stable. I'd suggest it's a positive jockey change. Jay Moreira
I was just going to ask.
To Ben Thompson,
I
don't know.
Disagree with that.
Okay. If you notice, it was so strong late. It was over 1400 metres. Now it's up to 1600 metres. I think that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I think from barrier 4, it can choose where it wants to be in running. Just peel out, slingshot round that cambered bend at Moonee Valley and put them away quite easily.
I think for people watching, that's the key, is that we're both quite confident, although it's never got to the 1600, it will get the trip.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're both agreeing that it will get the trip.
Definitely. You see how strong it was like when it was shooting through there. And if you notice, Joe Moreira, he was coming from barrier 9, I think it was last start, and he snagged it back, and then on the fence, and then pushed it along, then had to ease a little bit off heels.
Yeah.
It's never good in running. I'd suggest this thing could be a moral tomorrow, but anyway, any other horses you want to talk about there? Or?
I think Heavenly Descent was given if you watch the replay, it's given one of the greatest rides you can sort of give a front-running horse.
Yep.
Last start by Mertens, who sticks. He just eased it out and just eased it to the front. Number 5, Heavenly Descent.
Yep.
He is an apprentice too. He didn't force the horse to get to the front. He just waited till he got to the front.
Yep.
And then just eased it away on the turn again. It'll be the one they're chasing, I think.
So you're saying, but so it had PR last start.
Yeah, but I don't see any reason why it won't PR again. It's because it's drawn outside. I think that's a positive. Because he's not going to be rushed to get across. He's going to go at his own pace again.
Yep.
Provided he doesn't do something ridiculous.
Good track, 2 starts for 2 wins, lightly raced species.
Yeah, and Tiffany's Last comes through that same race and gets a 3 kilo swing on it.
Yep.
It had a nice run in that race, but if you watch the replay in the straight, it's kind of... It's hard to tell, but I don't reckon it was out early. And once it got air, it went.
Yep.
So if Heavenly Descent goes well, I think Tiffany's Last would as well. I think Senor Alf and I Saw ran decent time. Sort of respect them a little bit.
Is there a horse that you're not going to mention in the race, then?
No, I haven't even mentioned Moonlight's Choice, who I think is a chance as well. But I'm not betting in the race. I think Invincibility could be a moral, but I'm not at the price. I'm not keen to play.
I'm declaring anything in black figures is a good price for Invincibility.
What price we got now?
$2.10, $2.20. I think on offer at some places you can probably get about $2.25 at the moment.
Yeah, I think A little bit like last week though, to be a good guide to what the track's doing.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
'Cause it should run on. It should sit 1 or 2 behind the lead and run on. If it doesn't,
Yeah. I'm not sure, particularly with jockeys in this particular race, but clearly the horse I think is the best is in Vinsabella.
I agree with that.
Okay. Race 2, we're looking at 2-year-olds here over 1,000 metres, and yet again Melbourne has served up a non-trialling situation.
Yeah, I'm not going to offer a shot or a comment. I tried to last week and it burnt me. I'm not interested.
Yeah, if you're going to get involved, it's probably a late scenario, isn't it? Like,
I hope Star Search runs well because I've got a Star Witness colt.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm not that interested.
It's more done on how much money you're going to make out of the breeding or something like that, is it? Or okay.
I think it's a good race to watch going forward. If I had to pick some, I'd say 1 or 2.
Yeah, and we can't even map anything here. Clearly the leader is going to be Kindleston, but other than that, they're all unknown. So let's move on to race 3. Race 3, 1,000 metres, benchmark 84. And this is actually a reasonably juicy race.
I'd agree. I've actually already sent out a bet here to my guys. Number 1, Estaminate. How do you say that?
Estaminate, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, at 5s, now it's 370. There will be some deductions for
Miss Vista, yep.
But
yep.
I'm not sure how much. I'm happy sort of sitting on that. I think the Weir horse, which again I don't know how to say, Liuba.
Yeah, well.
Liuba, first up in grade. I just watched the betting there, but at $3.70, I'm happy to be against it. It does get in at 52 kilos though.
It's funny with the map here, isn't it? Because it's just like, it's 1,000 metres, so who cares? There's all pace on.
Yeah. But does that really matter?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, exactly.
it's Estaminate needs to be ridden pretty well from that gate. It's going to go forward. It needs to slot it in somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's so short that he can sit almost 3 wide, and I'm happy.
Okay. I actually was half interested in number 7, Very Choosy. What do you say about it?
I've got first up, beat males, first up over 9.55 at the Valley last time. A little bit too short for me. But, yeah.
Okay, don't doubt Mama, Miss Gunpowder. I mean, that's superior stuff than this.
I agree.
It's had 217 days off, but I mean...
I reckon it'll start longer than it is now. It's about $4 right now.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'll just have a quick look at the prices there. Over here, no. 390.
Yeah.
390.
I think it'll start like 4.55s.
I'd be interested in it at that particular price, just because it's one where I'd be doing it on suspicion. It's lightly raced, it just might be better than these horses.
Yeah.
I have Instanimate on top and then a question mark about Very Choosy, which I'll probably save on at the price.
Yeah, my numbers are 1 from 7 and 2, and then 6. The 2 is Shiavari. It goes pretty well fresh, it's got Ocean Embers form. I think it's going to sit in behind what's a decent speed, as we said.
Yep.
No, it's not without a hope.
Okay, let's move on to race 4, which is the 1,200 metre benchmark 70 handicap for 3-year-olds. We're looking at a pace scenario of, who's going to go forward here?
I got 6 leading, 4 and 11.
Okay, so Wise Hero is definitely going to be the leader. And then you've got Triz and where's Bias Witness going to get to? Because that's the important one. That's the one we're interested in.
That's what I've got. So Triz gets the blinkers on, so I expect it to go forward, the 4.
Yeah.
Willow on the 1, who I'm tipping, it needs to get across and get on the back of the 4.
Okay.
Provided the track's playing fair to forward.
Okay.
Which is what I predict it will.
I think we had a question about a horse in this particular race from our comments as well too, didn't we?
Got to have a look.
Was it number 10, What a Shock? Or?
Yeah, What a Shock, correct.
I'd suggest it's got a chance. It's got speedy or form,
yeah,
which is definitely which is good form, and that actually sort of matches up on the program as well. It's lightly raced. It was 1,100 metres last start, but if you notice, it was very strong through the line. Yeah. It's up to 1,200 metres. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. and it's running around at 20 to 1. I'd say it's a great each way play.
One thing I'll add to that is that stable last year, I reckon. I haven't checked this. I'm just sort of put myself out there here. I'm pretty sure that stable last year avoided the spring, put their horses that weren't up to that level of the spring carnival in around this time and through Christmas, and cleaned up.
And it's one of those stables, isn't it? They don't actually have the top cattle. They're just that one run down
at the
most
moment,
of the time. Yeah.
That syndicator First Light Racing, that they buy well. They get results. I can appreciate that.
Okay, well for me, I'm one biased witness from number 10, Water Shock.
I think, what have I got here? I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know how to say this again, that Angarad?
Yeah.
It did bounce back.
Blue colours, yep.
It gets weight, but it's got a negative rider change, I will say that. Wise Hero will lead. It's had the one start, the one win. I can understand that it could do something. It's not a race I'm that keen on. Run Gypsy Run will get a nice run.
Yep.
And it's got Bo claiming, so it's going to get in at 53.5.
Yep. Which means it. I think that's enough about that race.
Yeah, I'm not keen to bet the race. Too many unknowns, too many different form lines, too much to.
I'm definitely backing. I'll be backing those two, and I'll be creating some sort of percentage for myself. We're on to race 5, which is over the 1600 metres, and this is a bit of an icky race as well. $60,000 on a Saturday. We've got a map of who is it here?
I've got 11 leading.
Amber Cavalier is clear leading from Carlo Bugatti, number 1, and number 5, Flying Light. Other than the clear leader, it'll be pretty mixed up behind there.
Agreed. I'd have a peanut on the leader, Amber Cavalier, especially we'd know by now if they're leading and winning or if they're what the track's doing. Very interested in Flying Light. Damien Lanes can ride a horse very, very well. He's back now. The other one I'm interested in, which is probably named after me in my family, the Black Sheep.
Oh, you're the Black Sheep, are you? Well, it's not surprising. Jesus.
my little brother over at Cheese.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually
over at Cheese in like the typical things, as in like academics.
Oh,
jobs,
okay, yeah.
socially.
Security being reliant. Hey, how you going?
My man.
Raphael,
how you going, man?
There we go. I'm sort of half interested in Carlo Bugatti. A lot of smart people backed it first up after 588 days last start. It might improve second up with that little bit more fitness behind it, and actually comes out of some decent form races last preparation. I know it wasn't very impressive last start, but I suggest it might be able to actually springboard off that particular run. Final selections, I'm just interested in one there. But
I'm interested in number 3, Undiscussed. However you say that.
Undeso, yeah.
Comes out of a decent race, 150k race.
Yep, but Redkirk Warrior, Stratum Star, decent form lines there. Yeah.
Stratum Star, I think, superstar. Not this prep or the prep before, but before that was almost a god. Again, I'm not too keen to bet here, but could back 3, could back 5, and I will have something small on number 11 provided the track's fair to forward.
Okay, well there's a bit of value there for everybody, and now we move on to...
number 11's a huge price.
Now we move on to race 6, which is 1600 metres benchmark 84, and I'm struggling here, so help me out, Dicko. Do you want a map there for you?
10 and 3 lead, 13, 9 and 12 cross from wide gates to get in either in front or behind those two.
Okay, ratings to win has number 12, Hell or High Water leading.
Good.
Chance,
let's start with that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm tipping.
Yeah.
Hell or High Water was $19 to win, $5 a place this afternoon when I did this. Oliver off, Yendel on. It's almost a positive jockey change for me.
Yep.
Not in regard to their actual riding ability, but in regard to, I think they're almost equal, but you're going to get
A
almost
better price.
3 times
Yeah,
the price.
yeah.
His strike rate, if you look it up, is as good as anyone's. They should find a 4 position. I don't think that's going to be a disadvantage. I'm keen to back it at that price each way.
Okay.
I think Beluga Blues, a mare in form from Adelaide. I quite respect that stable when they bring one across.
Yep. Okay.
Payroll, the favourite. Arnold and Lamming, the jockey and trainer, are 0 from 9 when they've combined.
Okay.
I think it's favourite.
There's not a lot of data there, but is there?
It's still 9 starts.
Yeah.
Still 9 starts. It maps a bit awkward. So at that price, I'm totally against it. It's $3.50, I think.
Okay. Yeah, $3.50. One I'll ask you about is number 5, Dolverton.
Yeah, I'm quite keen. $10.
That's a massively positive jockey change.
Yeah,
Maloney
exactly.
to Craig Williams.
Totally
It
agreed.
comes out of Euro Angel form lines, Rocket
Yeah.
Commander, Silence Edition, Sweet Redemption, last start at Sandown.
Yeah, so I got the
I
same
think it
start.
can springboard off that. Not normally a horse that I would normally find because of the 18 starts with
10
3
bucks.
wins. But I mean, you're looking at a value price there.
Yeah.
And the other one I'll ask you about is this lightly race thing with good win ratios is number 10,
Miles
Miles
Christian.
Christian.
Look at us, we're reading from the same book here. I agree. It comes from, it's going well. I think it could be near the lead. It's lightly raced. The only negative is only negative I've got is its 5th start this prep.
Okay, and how does the stable handle that situation?
I don't really know. I'm not overly keen on the stable or on the jockey,
Okay.
but it's in there, no doubt.
It's in there.
So I'm backing 5 and 12, something on 10. That's my play this race.
Beauty. Well, I'll be having something on Dolverton at the $10 I think you
Yeah.
said, so that seems like a reasonable price to me. Obviously, we'll have more of an indication about how the map's going at that particular time.
Yeah, so we're sort of suggesting that we're going to have smaller investments on fatter prices in this race.
Yeah.
Because
So
I'm
we're
happy-
going against the favourite here.
I'm happy
yeah?
to go right against payroll at $3.50. I think that's a
Yeah.
joke.
Okay, now we move on to race 7, okay, 2,040 metres, and this is the most interesting race of the program, or I thought it was anyway.
Yeah, I'm quite keen here.
You've got some interesting form lines, you've got some horses sort of maybe who this is an afterthought, you've got some that actually might have been sort of set between now and later on as well. And we're looking at a map situation of Prima just smashing it out there in front and Costa Line and High Church being posing up. So High Church is probably like behind leader, I'd suggest, but yeah.
I don't think it's going to go that far forward, but I do think it can be ridden more positive than it was last start.
Okay.
I'm very, very keen on it. High Church, if you watch its last run, it won 3rd up last prep, so it's 3rd up on Saturday. Its last run was enormous. The leader that day won. It come from near last.
Yep.
Very, very keen.
And that's $5.50, I think is about the best you can get at the moment.
Yeah,
Any
even almost 6, there's 6 around.
Okay, any suggestions about like sort of backing it at that price or waiting for later on? Seems like a very open field to me, so I'm suggesting that
I'd have 3/4.
Smart.
So say I want to have $100 on it, I'd have 75 on it today.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You can always hedge with current price and SP.
Yeah.
Why not do a little bit of both? There's some other guys, Darren Potter down in Melbourne, who's a professional down there. He does the same thing. He's quite happy to average out his prices, which I think is a good idea for people out there.
Well, basically, I'm happy with that price, and if I get a bit fatter in the day, I'll take it again.
Okay.
I'm also backing number 8, Little White Cloud. It won first up at 2,000 metres.
After 1,225 days off.
And it was a
It's
huge,
a fantastic effort. It was,
huge run and a decent enough race. So second up over this trip is like normally a question mark, but it's won first up over 2,000.
I would always be against it except for the fact that it's with that stable. If you notice when we did the Melbourne preview a little while ago, I tipped Little White Cloud and had a great result on it. I thought it was a good win. I'm still a little bit scared about the fact that second up after that long a break could have burned itself out last preparation. I would err on the side of no, just because of the stable that's involved.
I'd have like 4 billion with you that it's the best horse in this race, and it will be in time.
Yes, well, lightly raced
I think you'd agree.
European
Yeah,
who
you'd
comes
agree.
out of the Group 1
Yeah,
derbies
exactly.
in Europe,
Yeah.
like, of course. But I mean, you've noticed these overseas horses, second preparation,
Yep.
geez, they springboard off it, don't they?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to run around here, it's going to be put out, and it's going to be aimed at better things next preparation, I guess. But it's not on top for me. Number 9, Hipparchus is on top with me, because everybody down there in Melbourne knows that I have absolute loyalty to Sydney form.
I feel a billion coming here. I feel a billion coming. Here it comes.
Yeah.
I
I actually think it should have won last start. Bowman to Chris Simons. Well, I mean, in Sydney, I'm saying massive negative. Down there, I'm saying, well, it's probably marginal. I don't mind the fact that it's actually 5th up this preparation, because I mean, it is with Waller, so it's with the right yard. I don't think that's a big deal. And I've always had a little bit of an opinion in this horse. I was a Parkers from Little White Cloud, and you want to actually have a billion with me on my second selection. Is that the go, Dicko?
Well, I'll take High Church or Little White Cloud. Do you want to have 2 Wallers against those two?
Okay, no. What we can do is I get to choose.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
can
a
pick.
billion.
I am against both the Waller horses.
Okay.
Right,
So we'll
purely
go Hipparchus v High Church for a billion.
Done.
Done. Oh, got to try and get my money back here.
Oliver.
Jesus.
So you're going Bowman and Simons, and the other Waller horse is going Damien Oliver to Craig Newen
Yeah.
in a staying race.
Okay.
Good.
Now we're on to race 8, 1,000 metres. 1,000 metres specialist distance here.
Hang on, I've missed one. Just in that race, I'm backing number 2, number 8, and I'm having St. Little on number 5.
Okay, so you're hedging a little bit there. Okay, so now we're into race 8, 1,000 metres, handicap, and as far as the pace is concerned, well, the pace is going to be on, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it will be.
Suggested leader is probably Sunday Escape and
Sir Bible will get across.
Run Sati, is that what they say?
Runs.
And Shribble. They're the 3 fighting. I know, I love saying that. Sir Bible.
We've been talking about Sir Bible at the pub a bit, and I'm a big Sir Bible fan.
Okay, why's that?
He's been very, very good to me. I think he's a little valley specialist.
Yep.
He's got the pace to cross and lead. That's what he wants. He's in his right grade of race here. He got pushed to Group 1's last prep and was beyond him, and he shit himself. He did fail. He did fail second up last prep at Alice Springs, but I'm happy enough to have a little bit on him tomorrow or on Saturday. I think a Stellar Collision is the other one. He ticks a lot of boxes, but his maps is a huge question mark where it gets to in the run, and then how the track's playing. I think it's going to be near last off the fence. So if they're swooping and winning, go for it. But if they're not, he's not in a good position, and he's first up for Weir. So there's no way Weir has this thing first up, ready to go after the carnival. This is a sustained prep to win as much prize money as possible for his owners.
I think Scribble has none.
We should have a finishing position billion.
Good old, my pen.
Yeah.
If you've gone to run in Alice Springs,
Well, I think that's where he's from or something.
you're a pen job.
He won last
It
start.
doesn't matter whether he's from there or went there or whatever. That's just rubbish for him. First up off a spell, he got it done over 955, but 955 is just a different beast, even than the extra 45 metres. I got one here at odds that I'm very keen on. It's number 2, General Truth. It comes out of the right form lines. It's run against O'Malley. It's run against Redzel. It loves the distance, loves a good track. I just think that this is actually going to springboard off those high standard races and actually do something on Saturday, and that's at 20 to 1. So
I've got a roughie that I want to have another billion at.
Yeah.
Run Sadi will finish closer to the win than General Truth.
And they come out of the Redfield
Brilliant.
race. So there we go. Done.
Another one.
Jesus.
You could end up back in front here.
Look at that.
So yeah, I'm keen to back Runsati each way as well. It's a quality horse.
And what price are we looking at Runsati?
No, I didn't write it down.
Okay, I got it here. Yeah, it's $26. It's the best. Yeah.
So I'll be backing
couple of
Sir
longies
Bible.
here.
Yeah, Sir Bible I'll be backing and Runsati. Rock and Gold I rate, and I rate the stable this time of year. But it's going to be buried upon the fence towards the back. So if they're swooping, they're
Terrible
leading,
spot for
whatever,
Moonee Valley,
it's not good. Yeah. It needs a lot of luck. And I'm pretty sure it's well found.
Okay, moving on to the last, which is 1200 meters, benchmark 84 handicap. We got anything in the money here? Obviously, there's been a little bit of money for Chase the Horizon, number 9. King's Command, $6. Star Fortune, $7. Brockhoff, $8.50. Royal Spinner, $9.
Let's keep it short and sweet here.
Yeah.
I'm not overly keen. We are going to back number 2, Gallant Harmony, if it backs up. And your one, I'm keen on now too. Gordo's convinced me.
Okay, yeah, I was pretty keen on number 12, King's Command here. I think it might be the best horse in the race. I'm always worried about horses during Barrier 1 because I don't think they're given enough choices in running. But if you have a look at King's Command's actually lightly raced career, first up, it's had 3 starts, 2 wins, a second. It's lightly raced with 10 starts and 4 wins. It's got Dubio form, who it beat at Flemington. It's off 215-day break, which is obviously a bit of a question mark, but one thing I do like is the longer distance trial. It had the 990 metre trial. It was actually a very nice trial against the Gay Waterhouse horse, who would have been pushed out in the particular trial, and it did it quite easily. I think it could clearly be the best horse in the race, and with a little bit of luck in running, and if it's come back and ready to go, which I suspect it is, I'll be definitely backing number 12, King's Command.
I think you'll find with commands that they take a little bit longer.
So there's scope.
There's always scope with the commands.
Yeah. And
so, I'm with you. You've convinced me. I'm backing number 2. I'm not having a big bet in this race at all. But 2 and 12.
well, I don't have any specials for the boys. Do you have any?
Yeah, hang on.
DK? We're probably looking at. Oh, we've got
to go to Ascot.
Well, Ascot special, Malaguera. We backed it. We tipped it last start at Melbourne. It got the job done. It's gone over there. It's 3rd up.
I'm
it's
happy,
the right stage of its prep.
Happy with gate 1. Can jump clean, be forward and up, be wherever he wants it.
Yep.
Sit nice. There's genuine pace in this race.
Be aggressive.
8, 11, 3 and 12 can cross to the lead. Genuine tempo. Ooh.
Yeah. Come on.
Sorry. Canterbury gets the blinkers on. $31. It's not without hope.
Yep. Definitely comes out of some
Against
good form
Terra
races.
Vista at $3.75. Against it at that price. And Scheidel loves the track. It's obviously from Western Australia, but again, I find the David Hayes horses. But I'll have something small on Canterbury at 31s, and I'll be tempted. I don't know what I'll do with Scheidel, but I'm backing Malaguera.
I think
we had some luck last week with good projects.
We spent half an hour talking about the Moonee Valley program, and the bet of the day we have for the people is actually Malaguera.
Yeah.
I think we're agreed on that.
Well,
we'll
last week we tipped you good project. It's $17. It's run 2nd.
Yeah, good run too. Set for it, just perfect, wasn't it? Anyway, so anything else in Moonee Valley or?
Where was it?
Well, our $1 billion play is probably the go for the people, isn't it? So that'll do. Anyway, guys.
Also, the Christmas party next Friday, December 2. Keep it free.
December 2, it's going to be at the Rose at Erskineville.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's got a lovely beer garden upstairs, and actually Moonee Valley Racing is going to be on that night. And our plan is to get the tab machines turned off due to excessive turnover. It's a possibility. Thanks, guys.
Good luck if you're having fun.